So hi everybody and welcome back to this Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 8 for our tiny game. And here a fast recap. When the player starts the game, he should see at first the main menu and then he can start the game from the main menu in my tiny game. But the developer, we have to create now a main menu map, and then we will create there a game mode for the main menu map. Okay, and let's do it. First, we go here to the content drawer. We click on our project. We have here our level, and you see we have here our level base C. But this is has not the name main menu, so we go here on top, file, then we go here down to save current level as, and then we go to our folder again, level or map, how you called it, and this time I create it as with a new name, main menu, because I want a main menu map. We save that, and then we have now this main menu. I double click on this map. We change now to the main menu map. So now I'm here. It looks the same, but this was the first step. So remember, if we want that the player starts with the main menu map, we have to go again to edit, to the project settings. Then here in maps and mods, we go here to the default map. Very important is this one, but we change this one as well, which is our default editor map. So both start with this. We click here, and now you can see there are so many maps and to search, but when you write here now _C, then our own created maps is more visible and easier to find. And here I click this one, and the same I do here with this one. That's why I have created this _C, so we can find very easy our own created things. So again, I changed that. You can just close it because it saves then automatically. So now we can delete this one, but make sure that you have changed to this map. So double click on it, be sure you are on this map, the main menu map. Now go here, right click, and we go here to delete, and then you can read this and then just delete that. And here is one more step which you have to do all time, and that is you have to update all time this folder here. And how you do this, you go here on content, click on it, right click, and then you see this one here, it says update redirectory references. You click on this one, and this one is updated. And that's very important because it is internally updating the names, references, and so on. If you are not doing this, it causes problems. Also, you can see that we are using the main menu map here on top because it should say here main menu. Okay, we have now created the main menu, and now we are going to create the game mode which contains important classes. Okay, for that I go here to the content drawer. I click on my folder C. We create here a new folder, right click. Then we go here top to new folder. I call it GM, that stands for game mode. And to make it clear, I write this game mode and then _C. And then we open this one by double clicking. And now we go here and right click. And then we have here a list. Here are the common things which you see, which are often used. Here are a bigger list of more things, but we can go here to the blueprint class, click on this one. Here we have again a common list on top, which are often used, so that the developer can just click on it. You can see the game mode base, which we want to use, is also here. But here on the bottom, when you click on this little arrow, then you can expand this one, and here you can search for almost everything. For example, if I search now for game mode, you can see it pops here also up, game mode base. This is this one here, and you will see sometimes a lot of other classes based on this one. And that's why we have also this _c, so that I can find it very fast later. But let's select this one, or you can click this one. This and this one is the same. And then select. And now I call it GM again, game mode. And then you can call it what you want, because this is the game mode for the main menu. I call it GM main menu _c. Okay, now we click here save all. And then it saves everything. Then double click on this one and it opens up here. In my case, it opens up now so because I already opened this one up and it shows me the short version. So if you want to see the short version, what you have to do is just close the tab. And then when you click again on this one, after you already clicked on this one, double click, then you will see here this short version. So what is the short version? The short version is just everything with the full version without the graph, which means you can see here only the properties, because sometimes you want just change the properties. And like I said before, here are the important classes, and sometimes you want just change here the controller or the default pawn class and so on. And then you can make this in a fast way. But you can also just open it later to this one here. It says here open full blueprint editor. And this one is the normal version. And you can see here also the short version in the full version. Where is that? When you see the details panel, everything what you see here was before in the short version listed. And you see now the only thing what you can't see in the short version is the graph and all the other things to write a blueprint code or something like that. Okay, now we have created the game mode, but we have to set the game mode in our project settings. So we go again here on top, File, Project Settings, and then here again in Maps and Mods, and here on top you can see default game mode. We set it to our game mode main menu C, and you can see that here in this little part are very important classes, like I said, the game mode, and here the section for the game mode. This one is controlled by the game mode. We will set this also. And of course our game instance will be set later. Again, we can close this here. It will automatically save. Okay, we have to set the game mode also for our map. So we click to our map. This we are here. Then we go here to the world settings. If there is no tab, you can find the world settings in window, and here when you click on world settings, this arrow indicates this one is set and open. The other ones here you can open too, but we don't need them, so I don't activate them right now. And then if you see the world settings here, you go to game mode, and now you select your created game mode here, and then it is populated with something here. And for example, now we see a default pawn. If I click here, this sign, there is nothing, there is nothing, there is nothing, because we have to create them and set them later. Okay, and don't forget to save everything, because that's all time important. Okay, now we have set up our main menu map. We have created a game mode which will manage our main menu map. Okay, but now we have to decide if we want to have a safe load system. If you make a super tiny game, perhaps you don't need a safe load system. And what does this mean? For example, you open up just the game, you try to go as far as you can, and if you die, that was it. You could not beat the game. But in general, you need a safe load system, and there are many ways to implement this, and that's why you research this again and try to figure out which way you like. In my next video I want to show you a very simple version of safe load, not a very complicated one. A very important note to the load safe system is the dev load safe system is not the same as the player load safe system. What does this mean? Let's start with the player. The player opens up the main menu, and like here, and in the main menu he can select the option load save. So let's say he wants load an old save game. So then he has here the option of different save games. And then he selects, for example, this one to load. But we, as a developer, when we talk about save and load, we will do the same thing like the player here too. We will load his data, but we have to do a little bit more than that. For example, the player is opening the main menu, and the main menu itself contains already data. For example, there is a high score with a number. There is perhaps a name. There are other datas in this. And as a developer, our job is load this kind of stuff as well. So our job as a developer will be later most times save data, load data, update data. But I think that's enough for this video. Research a little bit this save load game, which kind of you prefer. Again, I will make a very simple one. And like all time, if you have any questions, write in the comment section. See you next video. Bye and good luck.